Are you hungry? It is one of the most basic questions of life. One of the first things we learn to communicate with our parents about. In fact, when, how, and what we eat makes up a good portion of our waking lives. It defines our days and nights, and all of our social functions. It is the foundation upon which not just our lives, but civilization itself is built. In any major city, you can walk a few miles and taste food from around the world year-round. Harvested a few days before. We eat better than the Roman and Chinese emperors. We live in a time of such astounding abundance that we hardly even notice it. A stark fact is that there are more people alive today than have ever lived. And we are feeding more people today than the sum total of history. We live at the pinnacle of a food production system that has been refined and perfected for thousands and thousands of years. A farming and delivery system that has computer accuracy at delivering exactly what we want and when and where we want it. And yet, this system, as efficiently as it's been progressed over the last 11,000 years, represents one of the greatest dangers and threats to humanity's continued existence. Our world is a spaceship, hurtling through the cosmos at unimaginable speed. Its passengers, all the flora, fauna, animals, and insects of the world. Its primary operating crew, the human race. And while we have managed to extract a marvelous bounty from our ship, we approach a crisis in its operation. 5 years ago, while working for a family office doing trends research, I came across a report by the Club of Rome. This report predicted that around 2030, because of population growth, traditional farming methods would no longer be able to sustain the world population, and the ensuing food collapse could trigger a collapse of civilization itself. I set out to disprove this hypothesis, but the more I researhed, the more alarmed I became about the facts that I found. The way that we're producing food now is completely unsustainable. It's wrecking the earth. It's causing huge dead zones in the ocean by nitrogen runoff. We're running out of arable land. We're draining the world's aquifers. And when you look at all the projections over how food production couples with population growth, within the next generation, we physically will not have enough land to continue to operate as we have. To conceptualize this, for us to continue growing food the way we have, we would need another 1 billion hectares of land, arable land, to become available. That's a land mass the size of Canada. It simply doesn't exist. The next major issue that we're dealing with is the fact that our food security is completely unrealistic. The World Food Delivery System is coined the just-in-time delivery system. It has been designed to deliver what is needed, when it is needed, and no more. While this is supremely cost-effective and efficient to cut waste, it creates a situation where any disruption to the supply chain can have the end result that it could be days or weeks, sometimes even months, before supply returns to normal. When you see a natural disaster occur, this is the reason why empty shelves take so long to restock. Because when panic hits and people go to the stores to stock up on goods, the supply chain cannot handle the demand and collapses.